I watched the video. I don't know what the test question is gonna be. So, we are done with 10 out of 14. Oh, crap, I'm done. I accidentally messed up the calculation. Never mind, I actually did it correctly. 10 out of 15. 2/3 done. 1/3 left. 1/3 equal to reading 4 chapters and then... Well, now I'm talking about it the entire time. I have officially been up for 24 hours because I got up at 4 o'clock the previous day. So yeah. We are finally gonna start on global business. 4 chapters, and it's not gonna be political stuff, it's gonna be business boringness. I know it's gonna be business boringness. I don't know if I wanna, you know what, I'm not gonna take notes. I mean, if I see some random thing or whatever, I'll take notes or something, I don't know. Wait, no, that's idiotic, because it's open notes, the open book. I don't need notes for that one. So anyways, yeah, I didn't take any notes on the PowerPoints, obviously, and yeah, I won't take any notes for global business because it's open book. So yeah, so supply chain management. We can now go to the book. Also, I ate 4 bowls of cereal. I was just still hungry after every single bowl of cereal I ate. I wonder if it was justifiable to eat 4 bowls of cereal considering that I've stayed up the entire night so far. Because technically what I would have done if I got up early for work is I would just sleep for 8 hours and then get up and then eat cereal. But instead of sleeping for 8 hours, I was sitting at a computer trying to absorb information for 8 hours. I don't know. I mean, I'm just sitting there, I guess. So it's not that good. I wish there were like good summaries and stuff. Because, well, there is the summary. I think I want to keep doing the format that I was doing before, which is to read the first paragraph and first sentence and whatnot. Should be fine. I have to start this one. Oh, dang. Wait a minute. International business functions. Okay, I wonder why we skipped 17. We didn't do 17. Well, I'm glad we didn't have to do that one. Dang it. Let's go in there. Chapter 13. Entering developed and emerging. Oh my gosh, what the heck am I supposed to learn from this thing? Dang. Ooh. Crap. Dang it. No. Yeah. 4 chapters. What the heck? It's very similar format. The summary. By the way, this chapter is only 18 pages long. Wow, I'm getting some luck around here, because chapter 14 of Supply Chain was 19 pages, and now this chapter is 18. But yeah, I think I can do the same strategy as Supply Chain, and in fact, it might even be easier to do this. It might even be easier to read this book. Okay, and also make sure to read the terms, the main terms. So yeah, starting from 12 in the morning, I have only done 2 hours and 38 minutes of study. Somehow I wasted like 2 hours. Okay. What was I doing for 2 hours? Wasting time. I was probably like around half an hour per session or something. I was doing 2 sessions. Plus I ate a ginormous meal of 4 bowls of cereals. It's looking like I will not be needing coffee, because I just have 4 chapters and then review. And in fact, the review thing is optional, but I'm going to do it because I want to get good grade. I want my good grade. I'm not going to stop at nothing to get a good grade here. But first, the main thing is we need to do chapters 4 of the chapters. Technically, I have been doing homework, not including breaks, for a total of... No, I mean including breaks. Including breaks and homework together, I have been doing it for 12, 13 plus 4, 17 hours. 17 hours, but actually, if you add up the total amount of time that I was actually just studying, it's actually only 10 hours. Holy crap, that's still a lot. Wait a minute, 10 versus 17. I wasted 7 hours. Ooh, where did those 7 hours go? Well, a bunch of the 7 hours are currently happening right now. Whoops! So yeah, actually, I already wasted 40 minutes since stopping watching that video, because yeah, it's already been 40 minutes because I stopped watching the video at like 3:40. Now it's 4:20. Ooh, 4:20. But anyways, I think I have a very, very good shot at the supply chain just since I went over all the material. So now we just have to take care of global business. A very tempting thing to do would be to just read all the key terms. That would actually be very tempting. You know what? We'll count this as studying because I'm going to just look at the previous tests. Previous tests. Was it just like definitions of terms? That would be crap. No. My eye. No. We will even look at the global business test and see if we can see the answers. Can we see? I would like to see answers so I can look at the... Oh, God. You have got to be joking me right now. Crap. Oh, man. Alright. Well, can't do that. Anyways, okay, I guess we're now starting. No trains. Hey look, only 10 minutes of procrastination. This chapter is concerned with two closely related topics: the decision of which foreign market to enter, when to enter them, and on what scale, and the choice of entry mode. Yep, we are doing this. We are doing this that. At the basic level, any firm thinking about foreign expansion must first struggle with the issue any firm thinking about foreign expansion must first struggle with the issue of which foreign market or markets to enter and the timing and scale of entry. The journey into India has been unique. As the opening case suggests, this feels extremely weird, but this is the strat, folks. IKEA's choice. Yes, this is obviously not working well. Was to set up a wholly owned subsidiary in India. But there are lots of choices for market entry into a new country. The optimal entry mode varies by situation. Depending on factors, yes. Basic entry decisions. A firm contemplating foreign expansion must make three basic decisions: which markets to enter, when to enter the market, and on what scale to enter a market. Which market to enter, when to enter, and on what scale. Which foreign market? Here we go. There, I don't know. Almost 200 countries in the world. Oh my gosh. Chapters 2 and 3 also noted that the long run economic benefits of doing business in a country are a function of factors such as the size of the market. In terms of demographics, the present wealth purchasing power of consumers in the market and the likely future wealth of consumers. So make sure key terms. I don't see key terms here. Likely future wealth, which depends on economic growth rates. Bye-bye. The discussion in Chapter 2 and 3 suggests that other things being equal, the benefit, cost, risk, trade-off is likely to be favorable in politically stable, developed, and developing nations that have free market systems, and where there is not a dramatic upsurge in either inflation rates or private sector debt. Another important factor is the value an international business can create. Another important factor is the value an international business can create in a foreign market. Timing of entry, time to read the definitions. Once attract also. Am I going to review the definitions in this? Nah. I'll only review it in supply chain because supply chain is not open book, whereas this is open book. So therefore, if I need to know a definition, I can just easily search for it. So, anyways, the once attractive, but I will still focus on it regardless in the study for now. So, once attractive markets have been identified, it is important to consider the timing of entry. I know what a timing of entry is, it's so obvious. Entry is early when an international business anchors a foreign market before other foreign firms, and late when it enters after international businesses have already. The advantages frequently associated with entering a market early are commonly known as first mover advantages. Yay! There can also be disadvantages associated with entering a foreign market before other international businesses. Entering a foreign market. But there are some disadvantages with being a first mover, which means first mover disadvantage. They may give rise to pioneering costs that an early entrant has to bear that a later entrant can avoid. That's it. Yes, we shall get through so many pages. We are already on page 61, 361. That's only 2 pages. Dang it. I guess, I don't know, maybe I'm not going as fast as I thought. Maybe it's harder than I thought. No, it's not. Pioneering costs also include the costs of promoting and establishing a product offering, including the cost of educating customers. An early entrant may be put at a severe disadvantage relative to a later entrant if regulations change in a way that diminishes the value of an early entrant's investments. Scale of entry and strategic commitments. Another issue international businesses need to consider when contemplating market entry is the scale. The consequences of entering on a significant scale. Chapter 7. Consequences of entering on a significant scale. Entering rapidly. The consequences of entering on a significant scale. Entering rapidly. Wait a minute. Are associated with the value of the resulting strategic commitments. Yay! As suggested by the ING example, significant strategic commitments are neither unambiguously good or bad. The value of the commitments that flow. The value of the commitments that flow from rapid large-scale entry into a foreign market must be balanced against the resulting risks and lack of flexibility associated with significant commitments. Balanced against the value and risks of the commitments associated with large-scale entry. Are the benefits of a small-scale entry. Market entry summary. There are no right decisions here, just decisions that are associated. Wait. Drink water for no apparent reason. So I don't know why, I guess coffee kind of tastes good. Oh my goodness, you are about to become addicted to coffee. No, not. I will not, because it's unhealthy. And people become addicted to it. It's bad. It's not even healthy. Just because you get energy does not mean it's good for you. You should get your energy from healthy food instead. There are no right decisions here, just decisions that are associated with different levels of risk and reward. Okay. This section has been written largely from the perspective of a business based in a developed country considering entry to foreign markets. Oop, I think somebody got up. They have gotten up while I have stayed up this whole time. Entry modes. Dang it. Once a firm decides to enter a foreign market, the question arises as to the best mode of entry. So there are tons of different ways. Oh, look, 6 different modes of entry. There is exporting. What the heck? Wait a minute. I thought there was like 5 billion things. Oh, I thought there was only 4. Turnkey project. I didn't know that existed. Licensing, franchising, establishing a joint venture with a host country firm, or setting up a wholly owned subsidiary in the host country. Well, I remember we talked about exporting the only ones I don't really know about, the one I don't know about actually is just turnkey project. I don't know what that is, but we can go over all of them too. Just very shortly. Many manufacturing firms begin their local expansion as exporters, and then later switch to another mode. Here we go, exporting. We should probably read the 2 advantages instead of just reading the fact that it has 2 advantages. Exporting has advantages. First, it avoids costs. And secondly, it may help a firm achieve experience curve and location economy. What the heck? Experience curve and location economy. Right. And disadvantage of export. First, maybe you instead of that you should find lower cost location to export to or something. And the second drawback is high transportation costs. So there you go, folks. And then another drawback is tariff barriers. Okay. The way around it is to set up wholly owned subsidiary. Good job. What is a turnkey project? I have never heard of that one. Firms that specialize in the design, construction, and startup of turnkey plants are common in some industries. In a turnkey project, the contractor agrees. Dang it, I keep saying. So, in a turnkey project, the contractor agrees to handle every detail of the project for a foreign client, including the training of operating personnel. At the completion of the contract, the foreign client is handed the key to a plant that is ready for full operation. Handed the key. What does that even mean? You just... I think that's good enough. The know-how required to assemble and run a technologically complex process is a valuable asset. So, it's a way of earning great economic returns. Asset. Yay! Disadvantages. 3 main drawbacks. Oh, I feel like I might need to read these. No. So, firm that enters into it no longer term interest. And firm that enters in. I won. Yawn. May inadvertently create a competitor. Third. Well, it's like all the same type of thing, though. Anyways, licensing agreement is an agreement whereby a licensor grants the rights to intangible property to another entity, the licensee, for a specified period. And in return, the licensor receives a royalty fee. So the licensor receives the royalty fee for the okay. And disadvantage. I feel like we already did go over all this stuff in the previous chapter. Ugh. Franchise. Franchising is basically a specialized form of licensing in which the franchisor not only sells intangible property, normally trademark the franchisee, but insists that the franchisee agree to abide by strict rules as to how it does business. Yes. Oh. Licensing apparently is pursued by manufacturing firms, and franchising is employed primarily by service firms. Well, advantage: McDonald's and Subway. Oh. And then we have 2 men and a truck. What the heck is that company? I think I've seen trucks that have that on the back of them. I literally didn't know that was a franchise. I didn't know it was a huge company. I thought it was just random people. It's a moving company. It's actually less pronounced of a disadvantage. What the? Quality to control. Quality control. McDonald's joint venture entails establishing a firm that is jointly owned by 2 or more otherwise independent firms. Joint venture. Joint ventures. Disadvantage. And it does not give a firm the tight control over subsidiaries might need to realize creative relocation economy experience. Creative relocation economies. Third disadvantage is lead to conflict and battle for control. Wholly owned subsidiary. The firm owns 100% of the stock. Establishing a wholly owned subsidiary either can set up a new operation or acquire established firm. So, yeah. Advantage. First, then you don't lose the control over competence at technology. And it gives firm tight control over operations, and it may require if firm is trying to realize location and experience curve economy. Alright. So, it's the most costly method and risky. Select entry mode. Firms often expand internationally to earn greater returns from their core competencies. Transfer. So, make a distinction between technological know-how thingy and those whose is management know-how. Technological know-how, then you should avoid license and joint venture, so you do not lose the control over technology. So, so probably try not to do a licensing thing if you are no technological and in management know-how. So, you have your management know-how. Apparently, McDonald's has very good management. Their food isn't all that good, but they have good management. Starbucks. So, you don't need to use the control over management skills. So, you're valuable as his brand name, so there you should. Therefore, you should probably. It's a good thing to do, franchising, master subsidiaries, and joint ventures with local partners is good. So, yep, prestige. For cost reductions and entry mode. The greater the pressures for cost reductions, the more likely a firm will want to pursue a combination of exporting and wholly owned subsidiaries. What? Wow. Well, yeah. I didn't start yawning until very recently here. Maybe I should drink more coffee. Well, that's unfortunate that eating cereal didn't help with not being tired. I'm too lazy to go make coffee. Maybe a little later I'll try and make it or something. I don't know. I might literally. I mean, when am I gonna finish this? But I'm probably gonna finish before 1, right? Maybe just, I don't know, take a nap for an hour. I never take naps. I might literally just sleep. I might just lay down and literally fall asleep and set my alarm for like 15 minutes before the test and take the test, and then I can go back to sleep. No. By 2:50, then I'll probably like take my pills early, nice and early, go to bed early. Well, 6. I'll go to bed by 6, which is still pretty early. But then again, I'm still. Oh no! Why don't you just make your own dinner early and then go to bed? Okay, greenfield venture or acquisition. A firm can establish a wholly owned subsidiary in a country by building a subsidiary from the ground up, greenfield, or acquire an enterprise. So, getting through the chapter, we're almost done with the chapter. Woo. Good job. Pro and con of acquisition. Why am I talking in this accent? Well, I think it's. I don't freaking care. It's all for my grades. It's all for my grades. I don't care. And also, wouldn't be a point in doing it if I didn't upload it. It would be completely pointless. It would discourage me from doing it anymore. Because, well, why would I do it? Nobody's watching it. That's the point. So therefore, continued accent. Also, I'm sitting here slouched over. He's tired. A little tired. I'm not like super. But definitely more tired than earlier when I drank coffee. When did I even drink that? Wow, that was a long time ago. What? That was like 6 o'clock. More like 7 o'clock. It was around 7, 8 o'clock. Now it's already 4. Dude, almost 5. Pro and con of acquisition. They have 3 major advantage of acquisition. First, they are quick to execute. Second advantage is that they can preempt competitor. Good job. And the third advantage is that they may be less risky in the greenfield bench. But there are there's disadvantage. Some bad actually. But why bad? I have to go to the bathroom. I don't feel like going. I mean, I want to. Somebody's in the bathroom now. I don't want to go all the way downstairs. Why did they fail when you? Did they even explain? Oh, here. Why do they fail? Here's the reason for fail. First, they often overpay for assets of it required for them. So, the management of the acquired firm is too optimistic about the value that can be created via acquisition. Ooh. Oh. What? Daimler acquired Chrysler? I don't even know what Daimler is. I thought you would think it'd be the other way around. But... maybe I've never heard of Daimler because they went out of business. Oh crap. And then Daimler sold Chrysler to a private equity firm. Crap. Oh no. Second. Second, many acquisitions fail because there is a clash between culture of acquiring an acquired firm. Third, they can fail because attempts to realize gain by integrating operation of acquired and acquiring entities often run into roadblocks and take much longer than to forecast. And then finally, they fail due to inadequate pre-acquisition screening. So there you go. Okay, reducing risk of fail. So you just gotta be careful. That's all you have to do. Oh crap, there's 3 things, dang it. Make sure firm does not pay too much for it, does not uncover nasty surprise, and it acquires a firm whose organization culture is not that, and just gonna stick to acquiring enterprise. Okay, so there you go, and the pro and con of Greenfield. So there you get from greater ability to build the one you want to build. And much easier to establish a set of operating routine. So to go to the back. Yeah. The disadvantage is that it's slower and risky, and uncertain with future revenue. So yeah. Also, it's slightly less risky in the sense that there's less potential for unpleasant surprise, and disadvantage is possibility of being preempted by more aggressive global competitors to the acquisition. Okay, so and which choice? The choice is not easy. In general, it will depend on the circumstance. So there you go. If a fund is considering entering a country where there are no incumbent competitors to be acquired, then a greenfield is good. And so you this is me. So actually, if a firm is seeking to enter with their already well-established enterprise, then it may be good to enter the acquisition. Greenfield is too slow. So yeah, but if there are no compares, then you can do greenfield. Good, we done. My gosh, look. Oh, key terms. You can even click the link to the actually. Probably just use the nope. Guess what? We're not going to really study this. Don't need to, because it's open book, so I can just look at it if we don't remember it. Okay, good to go. Finish the chapter. Reading it. There's an accent. Oh, I don't know the accent I've used. I'm just using it for an accent. That's all I'm doing. It might be like Russian accent or something. It's the same type of thing as when I was reading everything like this. It just helps. I don't know why. If it's like it's emphasis of the ideas or something, helps to read things. So anyway, stop this. I have definitely to go to the bathroom. Whether he's done in there or not. Anyways, let's calculate this thing. So we've done 11 out of 15. We are now 73% finished. We have made significant progress. Stop talking through this. I am embarrassing myself so much in these stinking videos. Wow, only 4 more things left. 3 chapters and then review. That's all. And then I might literally finish early. What? Is this crazy? No way. Let's check YouTube. There's nothing to see there. Also, I have not checked my subscriptions. But sometimes it's just fun to just randomly look at random thumbnails of YouTube videos, even if I don't watch it. You could probably easily tell the type of video I watch on a regular basis. Ooh, I don't even know what the face of that person is. Wow, I'm kind of interested in that video now. Dang. I want to watch that one. That's the problem with doing this. When you know you're not going to watch any videos. Wait, what do you mean it's actually playing? I don't remember that clip. Oh, copyright, no. I want to click the video. Did I do it? I don't know, maybe it won't be copyright striked. Let's look at all the previous videos. Oh, look at all those. Literally every single one shows a timer. I don't care. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Doesn't matter. Why do they all show timers? Maybe it's because it's at the beginning or something of every video. How long is this cringe video? It's 49 minutes. That's very short. I was able to read the chapter in less than an hour. Hey, that's a good thing. Very good. Less than an hour to read the chapter. Good job. Let's keep it up. Also, for some reason, my computer doesn't seem to be lagging much. Nice. So yeah, we're at 7. We're going. How far will we make it in total? I'm assuming probably a 10, at least a 10. I don't know, maybe not. Because we have 8 and 9. That's being very optimistic with how long it'll take to read everything, but yeah. Alright, get in there. Just a second. If you think about it right now, we're not even that far away from done. Or, I mean, the time, that is, because, I mean, it's only like, it's 5 now. We only have 8 hours. Okay, I guess it's kind of a long ways. 8 hours is kind of a long time, but still. No, not still. Okay, go to bed. Okay. Music's. That was so easy. That chapter was so easy. What the heck? Please let every chapter be so easy. Cringe. So many cringe videos. Wow. Look at all those videos. Such a huge amount of videos. Man, I am disappointed with that one video where there's no sound. Oh, I think we should just jump right into it with the next chapter. Here we go, folks. My mother. At this point in time, I feel like I'm gonna get through these chapters. Like, I'm not even worried about the supply chain test that much. Even if I get under 94%, it really doesn't even matter. It's just a completely arbitrary, thing that, and whether I get an A in the class or not, all that matters is the GPA. And I mean, if I get 93, 90%, whatever, that's only a slight change in GPA, so it's fine. Still gonna aim for 94 or better, but the only thing I'm worried about, well, there's two things. One, afraid about the fact that they're both at the same time. And what if I accidentally am not able to take one of them? Like, it doesn't let me take them. If that happens, there is very good chance my professor will give an exception and let me take it, but there's the ever so slight chance it messes up because they're at the same time, so it doesn't let me do it at the same time. So yeah. One thing I could do is like set them both up on different tabs rather. But that could be bad. I don't know, because if I want to do that, because like, what if one of the times times out? But like, it's not like it penalizes you for starting it late. That's the thing. I'm pretty sure it won't do that. So the other thing I'm worried about is not finishing in time, obviously, because it's only less than 2 hours to do it. Especially considering the fact that there's 90 questions on one of the tests, which is bad. That's a lot of questions. Ton of questions. But then again, slightly better studied up, so I should be able to answer most of them without actually looking the book. So I should actually be fine for the most part. I literally took the leadership and management text where flipping through pages to find stuff for like a lot of the questions, and I still finished in about an hour. So plenty of time. I think I have plenty of time. Plus 45 easy questions for supply chain. Supply chain tests historically have been quite easy. Only 45 questions. Easy test. I don't even have any time wasted looking through textbooks, and that test should only take like 20 or 30 minutes. So that'll leave most of the time for global business. In that spirit of things, I think it would be a great idea to take the supply chain test first. Now, with the way it's set up, apparently the supply chain test gives you until 3 to take it. So technically it might make logical sense to take the global business one, but first, but actually I really like the idea of just getting the easy test out of the way first really quickly, and then I have a ton of time for global business. Considering the fact that I have the time limit, I should maybe put a tiny bit more effort into studying, so that I can retain more information and not have to look in the textbook as often. But yeah, I feel like I studied the first chapter pretty decently well. Even though I didn't read the entire thing, I got all the main points pretty easily. Got all the main terms, stuff like that. So, but here's the thing about global business: the questions are slightly more difficult in nature compared to supply chain. Supply chain, a lot of it is just definitions and stuff. Like global business is like, sometimes it'll give you a scenario and say, what is the thing that is exemplified in this scenario? And then you have to think about it and stuff. It takes time. Whereas supply chain is like, what is the definition of the word thingy? And then that's it. Stop wasting time. I said I was going to get right into it, so I stopped. Need to stop. Okay. I am trying to think of more ways to waste time, but I can't think of any ways to waste more time. Okay. Because I could probably talk for like 5 years wasting time. Oh, by the way, that was the end of part 5. Now we are on to part 6. And for some reason, we are actually skipping chapter 17, which I'm very happy about. I want to read that. I like the fact we're skipping that chapter. Now, let's check the number of pages. I'm happy. I'm infinitely happy. It's only 19 pages long.
Yes. Some easiness.
Okay, that was weird voice. Yes, easy. Easy chapter. Another easy chapter, yes. Let's go. Let's go, folks. And remember, I am going to review for the supply chain test. Further cementing the fact that I will end up with a good grade if I... I'm so tempted not to, though. So tempted not to. I could just blow out the teachers. Maybe I could do a half study of it, where I only study terms I forgot about or something. Man, I know I'm just gonna be like, who cares about this extra study? I'm just gonna skip that. Of course, and that will lose me my 94%. I just know it. I just know I'm gonna lose my 94% to that if I do that. Also, here's another thing about a test. Since it has less questions, relatively speaking, to the other tests, that means if I get one question wrong, it's actually worth more points, and I get more points off. That's another disadvantage. Crap. Anyways, chapter 13 reviewed. Exporting. Yeah, I don't really care. Okay, this chapter is more concerned with nuts and bolts of exporting. Oh, wait, it says exporting, importing, and counter trade. Yeah, whatever. Exporting is important mode of foreign trade performed by more than 90% of all company. And the reason why there's a lot of export is because small companies that do it and stuff. The volume of export activity in the economy has increased. Obviously, okay. As exporting has become easier for me to merge. Number of countries at the same time, modern communication and transportation technologies have alleviated the logistical problems associated with exporting. So, there you go. Oh, what the heck was it? I didn't read any of that. Companies wishing to export must identify foreign market opportunity. Oh, my here's like I must identify foreign market opportunity. Avoid a host of unanticipated problems and familiarize themselves with mechanics of export and import financing, learn where they get financing and export credit insurance, and learn how they should deal with foreign exchange risk. Chapter 13, we dealt with something. Ooh. The bottom line is that as the global marketplace becomes more viable for many companies over time, companies must also adapt to this opportunity by strategically engaging in exports and operationally going about seeking opportunities globally. The chapter. And there we go. Stop sniffing. Let's see. Promise and pitfall of export. So, great promise is that a large revenue and profit opportunity is found in the foreign market. Obviously, okay, it makes you money. That's the there you expand your mind. What expand size, achieve economy of scale, lower unit cost. So there you go. And then consider this example that I will skip over. I feel like you can hear a face thing. Fine, go on my face, okay. And we have lots of example. Study. Show. That while many large firms tend to be proactive about seeking opportunities for profitable exporting, systematically scanning foreign markets to see where opportunities lie for leveraging, many medium-sized and small entrepreneurs. Tend to wait for the world to come to them rather than go out into the world. Wow! MMO, a need for firms to become more proactive about seeking export opportunities. They are unfamiliar with the opportunity, they don't know how big they are. Oh no! Many neophyte exporters run into significant problem when first trying to do business abroad, and then sour them on first future exporting venture. Exporters often face voluminous paperwork with complex formality and many potential delay and error. Oh, it's hard to do this. Improve the export performance. Inexperienced exporters have a number of ways to gain information about the foreign market opportunity and avoid fall. That tend to discourage and frustrate novice exporters. So, international comparison. One big impediment to export is simple lack of knowledge of the opportunities available. The way to overcome ignorance is to collect info. No done. That's the definition of the word ignorance. It's a lack of information. What the heck? It's the most... Okay. Oh, I almost forgot about terms. I don't think there's any terms so far, right? Crap, I have to read this whole paragraph. Way to overcome ignorance is to collect information. So, in Germany, one of the world's most successful export nations, Trade Association. Trade Association, government agency, and commercial bank gather information, helping small firms identify export opportunities. Helping small firms identify. A similar function provided by the Japanese Ministry of International Trade Industry, which is MITAI. The Japanese Ministry of International Trade Industry, which is always on the lookout for export opportunities. Many Japanese firms are affiliated in some way with the so-called Shosha. Japan's great trading houses. Good job. German and Japanese firms can draw on the large reservoirs of experience, skills, information, and other resources from institutions. And then, unlike them, U.S. people are dumb. Oh. Whoops. Information sources. Despite institution and disadvantage, the firm can increase awareness of export opportunity. There's information. U.S. Foreign Commercial Service and International Trade Association Administration are government agencies that provide the exporter with best prospects list, which gives names and addresses of potential distributors in foreign markets, along with businesses they are in, products they handle, and their contact person, and the rate of garments. Also, okay, very much. Also organizes trade events. fact, how do I... The Department of Commerce also organized trade event that potential export, make foreign contact, and explore export opportunity. I'm gonna speak in the accent, I don't care. Another government organization, the Small Business Administration, can help potential exporters. Oh, lots of words to not read. The United States has also established a set of 17 centers for international business education and research. What if they're gonna be like, what are the 3 sources of exporters that they can use? Oh great, I'm gonna make me go searching through this stinking book to figure out which ones they are. Why is the I don't care about the specific thingies, I just care about the general thingies. 17 centers for international business education and research. And additionally, the vast majority of states, regions, and cities maintain active trade commissions, whose purpose is to promote export. A number of private organizations are also related. More assistance, service providers. Really, this entire chapter is just saying, here's where you go to get help with exporting things. Most companies engage in international trade and list the help of export-import service provider, but there are many choices. Oh, we're talking about freight forwarders, export management companies. Export trading company, export packaging company, custom broker, confirming house, export agent, merchant, piggyback marketing, and economic processing zone. Time for 8. Oh, no. Oh. Freight forwarders are mainly in business to orchestrate transportation for companies that are international. An export management company offers services to companies that have not previously exported abroad. Here you go, explain here. Export for I got that with contract with them. Yes. Export packaging company. Wait, what? Export packaging company. Open. Customs brokers can help companies avoid the pitfalls involved in customs regulation. Confirming house, sometimes called buying agent, represent foreign companies that want to buy your product. Typically, they try to get the product they want at the lowest price and obtain commission by their foreign client. So, good place for agent, merchant, and the market to buy product directly from the manufacturer and packaging it with the product in accordance with the regulations and specifications. I'll kill you for myself. Okay, piggyback like is arrangement whereby one firm distributes another firm product. Now we have the export processing zone, EPZ. So they are a foreign trade zone, export processing zone, special economic zone. So bonded warehouses, freeport, and customs zones. Export strategy. In addition to using export service providers, a firm can reduce risks associated with exporting if it is careful at the choice of the strategy. Ugh. The problem of exporting successfully can be increased dramatically by taking a handful of simple strategic steps. First, you should hire an export management thingy or at least an experienced exporter consultant to identify. Second, it often makes sense to only focus on one or a few markets and then you move to more markets. Then don't do too many at once. And third, maybe enter foreign market on small scale to reduce costs of subsequent failure. Do a small scale first and then go bigger. Then fourth, the exporter needs to recognize the time and managerial commitment involved in building export sales and should hire additional personnel to oversee activity. Fifth, in many countries it is important to devote a lot of attention to building a strong and enduring relationship with local distributors and other customers. Sixth, hire local personnel to help the firm establish itself in a foreign market. Oh, hire local people from where you sell it to. So, and then several studies suggest a firm needs to be proactive about seeking opportunities. The export opportunity, but I said opportunities. Finally, it is important to well, this type of reason. Finally, it is important for the exporter to retain the option of local production. Once exporters reach a sufficient volume to justify cost-efficient local production, the exporting firm should consider establishing production facilities in the foreign market. So it could be good to global pledge exporting to yeah, sure. Pretty sure we don't need this thing. Oh, really? What if it includes stuff from that? Why would it include that thing on the test? Oh. Now recognize. Now export and import finance. Mechanisms for iFinance have evolved. Sorry, the lack of trust that exists when one puts faith in the stranger. Here is what you do. Here's the lack of trust. Firms engaged in international trade have to trust someone they've never seen, considered, or it's hard to trust people. Good job. Okay. Due to the lack of trust and to 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 so now you have intermediary is have an intermediary such a big. So there you go, folks. So what you do is the French person obtained bank promise to pay importer behalf, and then the bank promise exporter to pay on behalf of importer, and then exporter ships to the bank, trusting, and then bank pays, and then the bank gives merchandise to importer, and then importer pay back. That's good. Letter of credit. So, what is letter of credit? LC. What is letter of credit? Stands at the center of international commercial transactions. The center of international commercial transactions. The letter of credit. It is issued by the bank at the request of an importer. The letter of credit states that the bank will pay a specified sum of money to a beneficiary, normally to the exporter, on present of particular specified documents. Consider again. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the advantage of this system is that they will trust the bank to not take shelter. So yeah, sure. Drawback though is there's a fee to pay the bank, and if the letter of credit is financial liability, you cannot borrow for other purposes. Draft. As a draft. Sometimes referred to as bill of exchange, is the instrument normally used in international commerce to effect payment. What is this? Actually, we just call it a draft. Okay, because they say it's the secondary definition. I mean, word draft is an order written by an exporter instructing importer to pay a specified amount of money at a specified time. Draft. International practice is to use drafts to sell trade transactions. draft for the Q calendar site draft payable on presentation to Roy, and the time draft allows for delay in payment. So certain dates you present to Roy and then signify acceptance by writing or stamping notice of acceptance on the face of it when it's accepted. Time draft becomes your promise to pay by accepting party. A draft. Time draft, site draft. The time draft is drawn on and accepted by as a promise to pay by accepting party. Time drafts are negotiable as instruments. Export hold on to it time draft not give and receive the sell to investor for discount. The explorer might sell the accepted time draft immediately if he needed the funds to finance merchandise in transit. Bill of lading. Third key document is bill of lading. Is issued to exporter by common carrier transporting the merchandise. It is a receipt, contract, and document of title. Wrapping. Oh my god, I'm not reading all that. Export assistance perspective export from two forms of government backed assistance. They can get the financing aid from the Export-Import Bank and Export Credit Insurance from the Foreign Credit Insurance Association. Export-Import Bank. It's a government corporation. It was established in 1934. It assists in financing exports, U.S. exports of products and services, to support employment in market competitiveness. The Export-Import Bank also follows the international rules for government-backed export credit activity under Organization for Economic Collaboration and Development. It reported authorizing a ton of money. Overall, it pursues its mission with various loan and loan guarantee programs and lending operation in which it lends dollars to foreign borrowers for use in purchasing U.S. export credit insurance. For reasons that unknown, exporters clearly prefer to get letter of credit from importers. However, sometimes export insists letter of credit will lose in order to one does not require a letter of credit. Thus, when importer is in a strong bargaining position and able to pay competing countries against each other, an exporter may have to forego letter of credit, and then there's a risk that foreign will default on the payment. Then can assure against this by buying export credit insurance. If the customer defaults, insurance for pay covers a portion of loss. In the United States, export credit insurance is provided by the Foreign Credit Insurance Association. Counter trade. Counter trade is an alternative means of structuring an international sale when conventional means of payment are blah blah. We first encountered in Chapter 10 a government may restrict the convertibility of currency to preserve foreign exchange reserves so they can be used to service international debt commitments and purchase goods and export. This is problematic for export. Non-convertibility implies exporter may not be paid in his home currency. Crappy. Counter trade is a common solution. Counter trade denotes a range of barter-like agreements. Its principle is to trade goods and services for other goods and services when they cannot be traded for money. The popularity of counter trade. It emerged in the 60s as a way for the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe to purchase the input. Technique has grown in popularity. Okay, blah 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 blah. Who cares about popularity of it or something? Given that it is a means of financing international trade, albeit a minor one, prospective exporters may have to engage in this technique from time to time to gain access to certain international markets. Types of counter trade. What works in the simple trade, it evolves into a diverse set of activities that can be categorized into 5 distinct types of trading arrangements. Crap. 5 different things. Barter, counter purchase, offset, switch trading, and compensation for buyback. Almost done with chapter 9. Barter is the direct exchange of goods and or services between two parties without the cash transaction. For some reason, it's not common because that, and because barter not commonly used. How about counter purchase? So, here's what happened in counter purchase. A firm agrees to purchase certain amount of materials back from the country. Wait, what? What? Suppose a U.S. firm sells some products to China. China pays the U.S. firm in dollars. But in exchange, the U.S. firm agrees to spend some of its proceeds from the sale on textiles produced by China. Now, so basically, counter purchase like you sell something to them, and then, and then, and then you also buy something from them or something. Offset is similar to counter purchase. The difference, though, is that this party can fulfill the obligation with any firm in country to which the sale is being made. So that means you get to choose more options besides it. So also it's like counter purchase, if you get to buy from wherever you want. Switch trade refers to use of a specialized third-party trading house in a counter trade arrangement. When a firm enters a counter purchase or offset agreement in the country, so you end up with counters. Third-party trading house buys the firm's counter purchase credit and sells them to another firm that can better use them. So, and then about patient to buyback. My firm builds a plant in the country or supplies a technology, equipment, training, or services to the country and agree to take a certain percentage of the plant's output. As partial payment for the contract. For example, Occidental Petroleum negotiated a deal with Russia, under which Occidental would build several ammonia plants in Russia, and as partial payment, receive ammonia over a 20-year period. Pro and con of counter trade. Almost done. So the pro and con. The pro is that it can give a firm a way to finance export deal when other means are not available. So, in addition, it may be required by government of a country. So that's why. However, there's drawbacks. There's many. They would normally prefer deterrence. It may involve the exchange of unusable or poor quality goods. Oh boy. Even if they're high quality, it's so easy to dispose of them profitably. So we need to invest in an in-house trading department to arranging and managing counter trade. This can be expensive and time consuming. So, given this, it's the most attractive to large, diverse, multinational enterprises that can use their worldwide network of contacts to dispose of goods. Western film star finds diverse in a global reach. Says small, medium size should probably try to avoid it because they lack worldwide network of operations that be required to properly utilize or dispose of goods. There we go. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. 2 more chapters. Global production and supply chain management. Are you kidding me? Supply chain management? What if I skipped reading the chapter because I already read supply chain management? Ooh, 22. 22. Not that bad. Kind of a little bit more than the other ones, but 22 pages. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. Really? I didn't know you were tired. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh. Let me even zoom fast. Come on. There's gonna be a game between the Seahawks and the Washington football team? Oh. Weird. Well, the Seahawks got beat by the Giants. Now, so if the Washington football team beat them. By the way, we have finished 12 of 15. Also, maybe not 14 because I don't feel like it, but no, I shall do it. I don't feel like it, dang it. Dude, there's gotta be a way I'm gonna get some more questions correct if I do it. Will it even be worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth the effort to read all the stinking definitions? So much effort for so little. I bet most of the definitions I'm gonna read are not even gonna be on the test because there's only 45 questions. Anyways, but regardless, I'm 80% done. So, probably not gonna be motivated to do the thing. I'm not. Also, I haven't gotten a chance to watch this. Oh no, day. Hold on a sec. Yeah, that was yesterday. That entire game. During the entire game, I was studying. When you want to go to a cubing competition in a year. By the way, a cube. Discord. There's no way. Oh man, I wanna watch that. Oh no. Huge waste of time, but anyways. I mean, what else am I supposed to do? Look at Facebook or something? Speedrun? I guess I could check to see if they approved our group speedrun, but I somehow doubt it because they haven't approved it for like over a week. It's so cool how somebody got 15 minutes, but I still haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet. 30 minutes. Look at this. Somebody's got a 15, somebody got a 16. What the heck? Somebody got a 1740. There's a bunch of new runs I haven't seen yet. I don't feel like watching it. Whoops. And, please, stinking. Why? Why, dude? How long until I approve that run? I haven't seen this yet. Oh, yeah. Why Shrek is an enduring classic. That'd be funny if these videos got views. Also, on a regular basis, I check my most popular video to see how many views it has. And, let's see. I can show you the progression of the views. As you can see, it is going up, obviously. But if you go here, then you can see the progression of the views. So, for a while it was not that good, and then, oh, it's good. And then, not as good, and then, whoa, ginormous spike. Right there. And then, wow, really, really good. And then, oh, decline. And then, right now, it's actually going up. The trend is upwards. So hopefully that continues. Alright. The last thing I'll do to procrastinate is to solve cube. I wonder if my dad went to work already. I had coffee about 12 hours ago now. Holy crap, how has it been 12 hours, dude? How has it been this long? But I have made so much progress, dude. Only 2 more chapters. Ooh, my motivation is going down and down now. To the point where I'm probably not going to be motivated to even read the definitions of supply chain. So, well, I'll just have to hope that I'm just fine with what I've already done. Excellent. What the heck? Well, if you add up the 8 plus the 4, it equals 12. So, over a period of so many hours, I have only studied for 12 hours. 12 hours is a time of day. What? This is the last solve, and then we will skim over the chapter. I'm probably not doing a good job of studying these chapters. I might have a difficult time of it during that test. But then again, keep in mind, I only need a 76% to accomplish my goal. So it's not going to be that bad. But then again, I don't want to get 76%. That would kind of suck now, wouldn't it? So there's that. Plus, I need 94% on the supply chain. Otherwise, I do not get it. over 90% in the glass. Unfortunately, that's gonna suck. So, well, it doesn't matter. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like doing the extra studying. Also, I don't feel like making coffee, so I actually motivate myself to study more. Oh no, I didn't notice at all. But then again, I don't know how to make coffee. What if I mess it up? No. What if I mess up a coffee? I should just ask me. I was gonna say I should have asked my friend to make more coffee. That'd be funny if he's still here. In fact, he might still be here. I might hear that's about it. Anyway, dang it. I am losing so much motivation here. Ugh, it's gonna take like 2 hours to get through the rest of these 2 chapters. Yeah, maybe I can pull it off in an hour if I just... Man, it's still a whole hour. I don't feel like doing this. Ugh. I think my dad just left. Or at least the garage door is just now opening. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so what do we got here? As trade barriers fall and global markets... Oh, I just forgot. As trade barriers fall and global markets develop, many firms increasingly confront a set of interrelated issues. Where in the world should the production activity be located? I don't care. Stinking introduction, stupid. Strategy production. Okay. The concept of the value chain. And discussed a number of value creation activities, including production. There's production, marketing, logistics, R&D, human resource, information system. This chapter focuses on 2 of these value creation activities. Production. There's production of a production in a production, and the supply chain management and attempts to clarify how they might be performed internationally. 2. Lower the cost of value creation and add value by better serving customer needs. Or there's manufacturing or operations. So, you discuss contributions to supply information technology. And there you go. Chapter 12. You state that production is concerned with the creation of a good or service. We use the term production to denote both the service and manufacturing activities because either a service or a physical product can be produced. Although in this chapter we focus more on the production of physical goods, we should not forget the term. Okay, supply chain management is the integration, and coordination of logistics, purchasing, operations, and market channel activities from raw material to the end customer. Production and supply chain management are closely linked because a firm's ability to perform its production activities efficiently depends on a timely supply of high-quality material and information inputs, for which purchasing and logistics are critical functions. Purchasing represents the part of the supply chain that involves worldwide buying of raw material. Okay, logistics is planning, implement, and control effective flow and inventory of raw material, mirror parts, and products using manufacturing. The production and supply chain management. Okay, I'm going to go back to reading the first sentence of every paragraph to finish this as fast as I possibly can. The production and supply chain management functions. Purchasing, logistics of an international firm have a number of important strategic objectives. Crap. Dang. The objectives of them is to ensure the total cost of moving from raw materials to finished goods is low, and dispersing production activities to various locations is good. Cost cut by managing global supply chain efficiently to better match supply and demand. This involves coordination and integration of supply chain functions inside the company and across independent organizations. For example, maximizing purchasing operations enhances order fulfillment delivery. Another objective is increased product quality or service quality by establishing process-based quality standards and eliminating defective stuff. Now, quality means reliability. What the heck? Ultimately, a finished product has no defects and it performs well. These quality assurances should be embedded in both the upstream and downstream portions of global supply chain. Upstream supply chain is all of the organizations, suppliers, and resources involved in the portion of the supply chain from raw materials to production facilities. This is also called inbound supply chain. And then the downstream is organizations, wholesaler, retailer involved in portion of supply chain from production facility to end consumer, which is outbound. The upstream and downstream objective of reducing costs. Increase productivity. Effective to lower total cost of value creation. Principal tool that most managers now use is Six Sigma improvement methodology. Is a direct result of total quality management philosophy. Total quality management. Six Sigma. Gosh. Eliminate defects. That's not. Here is Six Sigma, a statistically based philosophy aims to reduce defect, boost productivity, eliminate waste, and cut costs. It means Sigma, the smaller number of years. The Six Sigma, there would be 99.99966% accurate. There will only be 3.4 defects per billion units. It is almost impossible to achieve this, but it is a goal to strive to. So, the growth of international standards has also focused your attention on the importance of product quality. European Union requires the quality of a first manufacturing process and quality around quality standard known as ISO 9000, which is in the EU or something. In addition to lowering costs and improving quality, two other objectives are important. First, production and supply chain functions must be able to accommodate demands for local responsiveness. Second, production and supply chain management must be able to respond quickly to shifts. They must be able to respond quickly to shifts in customer demand and where to produce. An essential decision is where to locate production activities. There are three factors to consider when you're locating your production facility. There's three factors: the country, technological, and production factor. Country factor. We review country restricting factors in some detail. Political and economic systems, culture, and relative factor costs differ from country to country. Due to the differences, some countries have comparative advantage. So different countries are also important is the presence of global concentration of activities. Concentrating. Of course, other things naughty. The relative factor cost local economy concern. The trade barrier and transportation costs, and then future movements and exchange rate is a factor. Logical factors. The type of technology the firm uses to perform specific manufacturing activities. Technological factors. The type of technology it uses can be pivotal in location decisions. It can be pivotal. So there are three characteristics of manufacturing technology that are of interest: the level of fixed costs, the minimum efficient scale, and the flexibility of the technology. Fixed costs. In some cases, fixed costs of setting up a production plant are high, so high that a firm must serve world market from a single location or for very few locations. Conversely, a relatively low level of fixed costs can make it economical to perform a particular activity in several locations. This allows firm to better accommodate demands for local responsiveness, and it may help a firm avoid becoming too dependent on one location. If you depend on one location, it's risky in the world of floating exchange rates, so you can disperse the plants to locations to hedge against potentially adverse moves. Minimum efficient scale. A concept of economy of scale tells us that a plant, as plant output expands, unit cost decreases. So blah 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 blah. However, behind a certain level, few additional scale economies are available. Thus, the unit's cost curve decline with output until a certain output level is reached, at which point further increase in the output realize little reduction in unit cost. So the level of output at which the scale economy is the minimum efficient scale. Oh, that's what I call a minimum efficient scale. Okay, so there you go. The implications are as follows: the minimum efficient scale, greater the argument for centralizing production. When the minimum efficient scale is low, then maybe you should do it at several locations. So there you go. As in the case of low fixed costs. Advantage of low minimum efficient scale include allowing firm to accommodate demands for local responsiveness or hedge against the risk. Flexible manufacturing. Mass customization. Central concept of economy of scale that's where you achieve high efficiency is through mass production of standardized. Trade-off is speaking unit cost and product variety. If you do variety, there are shorter production ones, which means there's no economy of scale. So only produce a standardized product. But this has been challenged by rise of flexible manufacturing technology. The term flexible manufacturing technology, or lean production, I didn't know it was called. It's either called flexible manufacturing technology or lean production. It covers a range of manufacturing technologies designed to reduce setup times for complex equipment and increase the utilization of individual machines through better scheduling and improved quality control at all the stages of the manufacturing process. Flexible manufacturing technologies allow the company to produce a wider variety of end products at the unit cost. At one time would be achieved only through mass production of a standardized output. Research suggests the adoption of flexible manufacturing technologies may actually increase efficiency and lower unit costs relative to what can be achieved by mass production of a standardized output, while enabling the company to customize its product offering to a much greater extent than was once thought possible. The term mass customization has been coined to describe the ability of companies to use flexible manufacturing technology. The term mass customization has been coined. Mass customization to describe the ability of companies to use flexible manufacturing. low cost, and broad customization. One of the most famous examples is Toyota production system. First, long, but there are numerous problems. Oh, come on. You should put that in the next paragraph. Numerous problems with mass production. Wait. There are numerous problems with mass production. It creates massive inventory that need to be stored. That's expensive. Second, if initial machine settings are wrong, long production times result in the production of a large number of defects products. Third, the mass production system is unable to accommodate consumers' preferences for product diversity. Okay, flexible machine cell are another common flexible manufacturing technology. A flexible machine cell is a grouping of various types of machinery, a common materials handler, and a centralized cell controller computer. Each cell normally contains 4 to 6 machines, capable of running a variety of operations. The typical cell is dedicated to the production of a family of parts or products. The settings of machines are computer controlled, which allows each cell to switch quickly between production of different parts or products. Improved capacity utilization and reductions in work in progress, i.e. stock levels of partly finished products, and in waste are major efficiency benefits of flexible machine cells, and blah 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 blah. The effects of installing cause it can be good to do or something. Besides improving efficiency and cost, flexible manufacturing technologies enable companies to customize products to the demands of small consumer groups at a cost that at one time could be achieved only by mass producing a standardized output. Production factor. Production factors. Several production factors feature prominently into the reasons why production facilities are located used in a certain way worldwide. They include product features. There are certain product features, locating product facilities, production facilities, and strategic roles for production facilities. Product features. 2 product features affect location decision. So, 2 product features affect location, and the first is the product value to weight ratio. The value to weight ratio because of its influence on transportation costs. Many electronic components and pharmaceuticals have high value to weight ratio. They are expensive, and they do not weigh very much. Thus, even if they are shipped halfway across the world, their transportation costs account for a very small percentage of total cost. Given this, other things being equal, there's great pressure to produce these products in the optimal location and serve the world market from there. And this opposite goes through the opposite thing, which is low. So very cheapy things. Cheapy. So you should not do that in multiple locations. So the other product feature is whether it serves universal needs. If it serves universal needs. So if it serves universal need, then you don't need local responsiveness. So then that means you don't. So that means you should probably do it at a centralized location. Oh no, I messed it up. Dang it. Okay, now locating production facilities. There are 2 basic strategies for locating the production facility. 1, concentrate them in a centralized location, and decentralized, I know. Appropriate strategic choice is determined by the factors. Okay, so you should concentrate it when there's low to very grab. In practice, location decisions are seldom clear-cut. It's not very clear cut. Okay. Strategic rules for production facilities. The growth of global production among multinational companies has been tremendous. They are trying to capture gains associated with this dispersed global production system. Okay. Managers need to think about strategic role assigned to a foreign factory. Here is a major consideration: the importance of global learning. Idea that valuable knowledge does not reside just in the firm's domestic operations, it can be found in foreign subsidiaries. Foreign factories that upgrade capabilities over time are creating valuable knowledge that might benefit the whole corporation. There are a bunch of different roles that they can have. Look at this. These are the things that were discussed in supply chain. Yay! Offshore factory. Okay, keep this in mind. Offshore factory is just a regular thing where it's just lower cost. That's it. And then the source factory is also drive down costs, but the main difference is strategic role. It has a more significant strategic role. They have more strategic input into it or something. And a server factory is linked into the global supply chain for a global firm to supply specific server factory is linked into the global supply chain for a global firm to supply specific country or regional markets around the globe. Server factories serve specific country or regional market around the globe. And a contributor factory. Okay, so here's the pairing of things. So we have offshore and source, and then server and contributor, and then outpost, intelligence gathering. Let's just memorize that fact. Outpost is intelligence gathering, and then lead is intended to create new processes. Okay. Create new processes. Outpost, I'm just basically doing the memorization of buzzwords or whatever. Outpost is intelligence gathering. Lead is develop or create new processes and products and technologies or something. And then we have the pairing of offshore and source, and then we have the server and contributor. That's it. There it is. I was confused by those before. The hidden costs of foreign locations. There may be some hidden costs basing in a foreign location. There might be high employee turnover, shoddy workmanship, or product quality. The make or buy decision is the strategic decision whether to produce an item in-house or purchase it from a supplier. That's the make or buy decision. The make or buy decision is whether to buy it in house. Make it in house or buy it from someone else. The make or buy, that's obvious. Make or buy is made. Number of things are involved in determining which is the correct decision. Here are two main factors that a make or buy decision is based on: cost and production capacity. But there's actually more factors, so dang. And make decision include quality control, proprietary technology. What do you expect? What if I just did this? It's like a way of keeping the hair out of my face. But I look really stupid, so yeah. I just feel like keeping it out of my face right now. So, making it. So, elements favor making is quality control, proprietary technology having control, excess capacity, limited suppliers, assurance of continuous supply, industry driver. So, starting point is lower cost. 90 question test. I hate 90 question test. I hate 90 question test. I hate 90 question test. So, logistics, purchasing, and distribution marketing channel. The distribution channel is disgusting. Oh, I keep forgetting there's one more chapter to this crap. Oh, we will discuss marketing and research. Oh yeah, that's right. I kind of read over that chapter a bit. I read a little bit of the chapter, not that much of it, but a little. Here we go. Now we were going to discuss the logistics and purchasing. Now we will look at logistics. It is the part that plans, implements, and controls the effective flows and inventory of raw material. Also, I remember I have tons and tons of it's fine. Okay, stop. I'm afraid if I don't review my stinking terms, I'm gonna like confuse terms and then get some questions wrong, and then oh, there goes my grade. There goes my grade. My grade's gone. Go bye grade. I just want to get this stuff over with. So, logistics is the part of supply chain that plans, implement, and control effective flow and inventory of raw material, component part, and product used in manufacturing. The core activities performed in logistics. The core are global distribution center management, inventory management, packaging and materials handling, transportation, and reverse logistics. Here we go. We got global distribution center, which is a facility that positions and allows customization of products for delivery to worldwide wholesalers or retailers or directly to consumers anywhere in the world. A distribution center is used by manufacturer, importer, exporter, wholesaler, retailer. Tons of people use it. When warehousing shifted from passive storage to strategic assortments and processing, the term distribution center okay. Global inventory management. It is viewed as the decision-making process. Global inventory management can be viewed as the decision-making process regarding the raw materials. Global inventory management can be used as a decision-making process regarding the raw materials, work in process, component parts, and finished goods inventory for a multinational corporation. Yippee skippity. Packaging comes in all shapes, sizes, forms, and uses. Packaging. There are three types of packaging: primary, secondary, and transit. The primary packaging holds the product itself. These are the packages brought home from the store, usually at a retailer. Secondary packaging is designed to contain several primary packages. Bulk buying may take a secondary package home. but this is not typical mode for retail. You can also use secondary packaging to enable stocking shelves in the store. And then transit packaging comes to use when a number of primary and secondary packages are assembled onto a pallet or load. Regardless of origin, supply chain packaging is intended to achieve a set of multi-layered functions. Here are the functions of packaging. There's perform, protect, and inform. The perform refers to ability of the product in the package to handle being transported between nodes. Ability of the product to be stored for typical lengths of time. And the package providing the convenience expected. And then protect refers to ability to contain products properly. Preserve products to maintain freshness and newness and provide necessary security and safety that they reach their destination. And then inform has logical and sufficient instructions for use of product. And a statement of compelling product guarantee. Information about the service of the product, if and when is needed. Transportation refers. Transportation is referring to the movement of raw material, component parts, and finished goods throughout this global supply chain. Reverse logistics. Reverse logistics is the process of planning, implementing, and controlling the efficient, cost-effective flow of raw materials, in-process inventory, finished goods, and related information from the point of the consumption to the point of origin for the purpose of recapturing value or proper disposal. The goal is optimize the aftermarket activity or make it more efficient, so save money and environmental resources. Global purchasing. As we defined it earlier in the chapter, purchasing represents the supply chain that involves worldwide buying of raw material, component parts, and products used in the manufacturing of the company's products and services. The core activities performed in purchasing. So the core activities performed in purchasing include development of an appropriate strategy for global purchasing and selecting the type of purchasing strategy best suited for the company. There are 5 strategic levels. So from domestic to international to global. That can be undertaken by a global company. Level 1 is just companies engaging in domestic purchasing activities only. They stay close to home base component parts. So levels 2 and 3 are international but of various degrees of importance. Level 2 engage in international purchasing activities. Do we really need to know the various levels? Beyond this, purchasing includes a number of basic choices that companies make in deciding how to engage in markets. The starting point is a choice of internal purchasing versus external purchasing. What? Internal purchasing? What the heck? Huh. Now, where do you purchase? Do you purchase domestic or global? And then there's types of purchasing, and 4 choices for purchasing strategy. There are apparently 4 purchasing strategies: domestic, internal purchasing, global, internal purchasing, domestic, external purchasing, and global external purchasing. The types of purchasing activities and strategies just discussed with a set of generic options for the international arena. So here are the outsourcing related terms and options that companies have. So apparently there's a difference between all these crap. All these. There is outsourcing, insourcing, offshoring, offshore outsourcing, nearshoring, and co-sourcing. Well, dang me, how am I going to remember all the differences between these? Well, I don't know if we really need to know. You know what? If it asks a question about that, I'll know where it is. Hopefully. Managing a global supply system. Okay? The potential for reducing costs. Oh, man, bathroom. Any light outside yet? No, it's not. It's still dark out. Come on, dude. Oh, it's getting later. Also, for some reason, my computer's not lagging. I don't know why. Huh? What's going on here? Let's go to the bathroom. Oh, I don't want to. The potential for reducing costs through more efficient supply chain management is enormous. Here is the just-in-time inventory section here, pioneered by Japanese firms. Here we go, is the just-in-time inventory is economize on inventory holding costs by having materials arrive just in time to enter the production process and not before. You can save money. Wait, speeding up inventory turnover? So you reduce inventory holding costs such as warehousing and storing costs. You can reduce the amount of working capital it needs to finance inventory. Freeing capital for other uses and or lowering the total capital requirements of the enterprise. So it's good. And it helps improve product quality in some way. Apparently, the drawback is it leaves a firm without a buffer stock of inventory. Kind of sucks. There are ways of reducing risks. Some firms source inputs from several suppliers. Role of information IT. Web and cloud-based information systems play a crucial role in materials management. Firms now typically use some sort of a supply chain information system to coordinate the flow of materials. Oh crap. Do I have to memorize all this crap? Like electronic data interchange. Well, obviously. Enterprise resource planning. Materials requirements planning. I don't remember memorizing all these terms. I don't know if we need to know it. Before the emergence of the internet as a major communication medium, firms and their suppliers normally had to purchase expensive proprietary software solutions to implement electronic data interchange systems, and now internet is good. Yay! Coordination in global supply chain. Consider how to turn an aircraft, and think in terms of coordination and leverage points. These aircraft are particularly thinking metaphors. So here we go. Integration and coordination are critically important. Global supply chain coordination refers to shared decision-making opportunities and operational collaboration of key global supply chain activities. Shared decision-making is good. It's decision-making involving joint considerations. To achieve operational integration. Oh my god. Oh. To achieve operational integration and collaboration within a global supply chain, 6 Operational objectives should be addressed. Of course there are 6 objectives. Responsiveness. Oh yeah, that's right. We kind of had some of these in the other home. So we got responsiveness, variance reduction, inventory reduction, shipment consolidation, volume, and life cycle support. What is shipment consolidation? Using various programs to combine small shipments and provide timely consolidated movement. Life cycle support is integrating activities of reverse logistics and stuff. Okay. Interorganizational relationships have been studied. Oh, and talked about in various contexts for decades. Of course, it's been talked about. That's the epic point you just made. You just made that point. Lag. Nine. Yeah, 9. And number 9. The key to organizational relationship is trust and commitment. Yay! For the upstream inbound portion of the global supply chain, there are 3 logical scenarios: vendor, supplier, and partner. What the heck is a vendor, supplier, and partner? Oh no! For downstream, there is the buyer, customer, sorry, client. I have. Oh. Done. We finished the chapter. Oh my gosh, one more. It's it. That's all. That's just it. That's it. Lag. No, I thought we were done with lag. Dang it. I thought we were done with the lag. Wow. No. Summary 467. 27 pages, crap. Dang it. So long. 27 pages. We can get through fast. We shall. We shall, thou shalt. Get through it. In a short period of time. Gonna do the same thing as before. Need to go to the bathroom. I wonder if my hair now looks really stupid. Actually, it doesn't look that stupid. We shall finish the thing. We shall finish the thingy-majiggy. Oh, I might want to go over some of the definitions from. I don't want to do that. I just don't want to. I can regret it. Darn. Look. Well, I wonder what the total amount of time studying will end up being at the end. Okay. So I don't freaking care. We had la 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 lee lee loo. Ooh, no shoe. Marketing mix, product, place, promotion, and price. Which actually is the product attributes, distribution strategy, communication strategy, and pricing strategy. Which is the marketing mix. Yes. So, globalization. We already read about the global. We got the global. Yes. Another reason. Market segmentation. I know what a market segmentation is. It refers to identifying distinct groups of consumers whose needs, wants, and purchasing behavior does differ from others in important ways. You can segment it by geography, demography, gender, age, income, race, education level, socio-cultural factor, social class, value, religion, lifestyle choice, and psychological factor, personality. So you got that. So you do that, and you do that, and then you consider the foreign country. So sometimes we got. I feel like I already read this. I remember reading this stuff already. Why would I read this? A segment that spans multiple countries is an intermarket segment. Whoa! These are important choices because the structure of the many potential market segments may differ significantly from country to country, as well as within countries. And sometimes there are no parallels between the countries. In another example, I've only gotten through 5 pages. Oh, that's an example of countries. Ouch. Intermarket segments will become more and more common. Whoa, good job. Business analytics. So, global marketplace. Business analytics can be defined as the knowledge, skills, and technology allowing for the exploration and deeper investigation of a company's international business strategy and activity to gain insight and drive future strategy development and implementation. So, understanding data and help companies develop and maintain particular strategy, customer strategy. Thirdly, the process of using data, larger big data. There's the smaller data sets, and then we have larger data sets. Then the data is stored on large-scale server, and business analytics can be focused on 3 applications: describing things, predictive things, trying to predict something, and then trying to say what you should do in things. Descriptive, I know what that is. Predictive is to predict things. Statistical technique to identify predicted mild. And then prescriptive is a management methodology to guide company in best endeavors. Whether we talk about small data, big data, business analytics can be used to effectively segment the global marketplace. Companies conduct international marketing research. So, international market research is defined as the systematic collection, recording, analysis, and interpretation of data to provide knowledge that is useful for decision making. In a global company, international involves translation of questionnaires and reports into the language and accounting for cultural and environmental differences in data collection. So, international market research is important. Oh, what? I didn't know that. What is this thing? There are a bunch of things. Who cares? What are all these things? They collect data on country and potential market segments, data to forecast customer demands in a specific country, and data to make marketing mix decisions. You need to process, and then define the research objective, determining data source, assessing costs and benefits, collect data, analyze, interpret the research, report the findings, and then, oh, are you kidding me? Defining the research objective, define the research problem, and set objective for the international market research. And then determine data source that will. So try to find the source of data. Wow, you can use primary data and secondary data. Primary is you do it yourself, and secondary somebody else did it. Data used just assessing cost and benefit research. If it's hard to get the research, maybe do a different thing. Whoa, wow, I didn't know that. Good job. Do a survey question in an effective way, or something. Or something. Collect the data. Just collect the data. That's all you have to do. You collect the data. Analyze and interpret the research. Analyzing and interpreting the research. Now you analyze your data and stuff, and then you report the findings. So you communicate the findings and stuff that nature. And then there you go. Don't do it incorrectly. And then product attributes. Oh my gosh. Oh crap, we're doing the 4. Market mix. The product attributes. There's a bundle of attributes. There are tons of different aspects that make up a product. Cultural differences. Oh, dude. Okay, here are the issues. What? Here are the issues of selling products in a worldwide environment. There are cultural differences, so obviously, yes, there's a cultural difference. There's a cultural difference, and they like different things, and then there's economic development. So maybe if you don't have much money, then they're not going to buy your product. So if it's developed, then they want your high quality, high performance, and then not developed, they just want your basic stuff. And contrary to Levitt suggestions, they will pay more for their product. Wow, they're stupid. Oh, did I just say that? Product and technical standards. The technical standards. For now, differing government-mandated product standards can often result in companies ruling out mass production. Market where you choose to deliver the product, where you choose to put it in the store. What you can do is differences between countries. There's 4 differences. Retail system, food content is fragmented than others. In a concentrated retail system, a few retailers supply the most of the market, and in this fragmented, there's many retailers. So, I don't care about that. So in developed country, we have retail concentration, and like Walmart is, oh my goodness, and then fragmented in development countries. And then channel length. The length of the channel refers to the number of intermediaries between the producer and consumer. So if it's short, you just sell directly to the guy, but if it's longer, then you sell to this guy, and then that guy sells to that guy, and then that guy sells to that guy, and then that guy. There you go. So there's longer distribution channels, and then if it's if it's a fragmented retail system, it's more expensive to make contact with each individual thing. So what the heck? Shortening channel length. Now we're going to look at some channel exclusivity. An exclusive channel distribution is one that is difficult for outsiders to access. It may be hard to get access to shelf space in the supermarket. So for whatever reason that is, it's hard. Exclusive distribution channel, hard to get your product on that distribution channel. Quality. Channel quality refers to the expertise, competencies, and skills of established retailers in a nation and their ability to sell and support products of international businesses. The quality of the channel is the channel of the quality. Expertise, competencies, and skill of established retailers, and ability to sell and support products of international businesses. Choosing a distribution strategy. Now, what's the optimal strategy? Try to weigh out the costs and stuff. So, yep, and you should probably have a shorter channel. So price is important, and they don't want to see its profit margin squeezed too shorter. But a longer channel could be good because it cuts selling costs when the retail sector is fragmented. So it makes sense to use longer channels. Another benefit is market access, ability to enter an exclusive channel. Grab. Important agents and unlimited independent trading. I want to consider other traditional. Dude. It's possible if I want to consider other less traditional alternative the gaining market. Communication. Another critical element is communication. There are lots of communication channels. You got the social media. Wow, direct selling. sales promotion. Various forms of advertising. A firm's communication strategy is partly defined by its choice of channel. The communication strategy is partly defined by choice of channel. Traditionally, some firms have allowed direct selling, others point of sale promotion, others are mass advertising, or you could have several channels. There's lots of different things. Section looks at the barriers. We got some barriers to things, and ooh, we're going down. Sorry, I am looking like an idiot. But I feel like getting through this as fast as possible, and then I want to sleep. Nope, I don't think I'm going to go to sleep. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sit around for like 3 hours and then take the tests. I don't... see, how many hours till test? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... 6 hours? Still 6 hours, huh? I have so much time. I could do so much more studying. Maybe I'll get motivation to study like an hour before the test or half an hour before the test. I'll do a little bit more. I'll go through some terms in the supply chain thing. I don't even know which term to go through. There's too many of them. I don't want to. I don't even know which terms on the test or not. Well, it's not going to be fun to have to go through 6 chapters again just to barely do anything. Barriers to international communication. Cultural barriers make it difficult to communicate messages across the cultures. Cultural barrier. Cultural barrier, cultural barrier, cultural barrier. Source and country of origin effect. I wonder if my voice sounds bad because I'm close up to the screen. At least my face is small because it's in the corner. Maybe I should stop sniff. Okay, source effects occur when the receiver of the message evaluates the message on the basis of status or image of the sender. What? Huh? Tank? Huh. Let's see. Source effect. Oh, I think I understand. A source effect is when a receiver of the message evaluates the message on the basis of staff or image of sender. Nope, stop sniffing. A subset of source effects is referred to as country of origin effect. So, yep, that's pretty much what they already explained. Source effects and country of origin effects are not always negative. Sometimes it's good. Noise level. Noise reduces probability of effective communication. Noise refers to a number of other messages competing for a potential consumer's attention. Good job. Push versus pull strategy. Here we go. Here's the push pushes for the main decision with regard to the communication strategy. Is the choice between the push strategy and pull strategy. The push strategy emphasizes personal selling rather than mass media advertising in the promotional mix. Well, push strategy is very costly. Pull is mass media. To communicate the marketing message to potential consumers. Okay. So, yes, you can do both of them or something. Here are the factors that determine it. Product type relative to consumer sophistication. Channel length and media availability. Product type and consumer sophistication. Firms in consumer goods industries that are trying to sell to a large segment of the market. Generally in favor of pull strategy. Yes. Yeah. And then firms that sell industrial products would be push strategy. Yeah, that's right. Channel. The longer the distribution channel, the more intermediaries there are that must be persuaded to carry the product. So if there's many layers, you should probably pull. Oh. Mm-hmm. So actually, if there's long length of channel, then you actually do the pull strategy thing. Oh boy. Media availability. A pull strategy relies on access to advertising media, but sometimes you cannot do that. What? Some developing nations, there is more restrictive media, so sometimes it's limited, so maybe you can't do it. So then you do other things, and then the push-pull mix, the optimal mix depends on different things. You do push if it's industrial products, when there's a short distribution channel, and when there are few print or social media available, and you do pull for consumer goods when distribution channels are long, and when sufficient print and social media are available. Global advertising in recent years. Coffee cup. Coffee cup. Coffee cup. I want to do the I'm proud. Hey, it's probably gonna fall straight through. In recent years, largely inspired by work of Theodore Levitt, much discussion about pro and con of standardizing advertising worldwide. What if you do global advertising? Ooh, standardized advertising. So we got it was nice one last time. Yeah. Well, if I do that in this, probably it's gonna fall straight through this. What this? Oh no, I don't want to see this. Fine, you can see it. Actually, you can't. Ha! Too bad. It's just some kind of little thing, over-the-counter medication thingy, majiggy majog. Dealing with country differences. Some firms are experimenting with capturing some benefits of both strategy. How did that work for Nokia? Let's see. What do we do? Hey, it didn't say. Crap. Pricing strategy. Do 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 do. Now we will talk about price. Well, price discrimination. Huh, I already read about this stuff. Whoa. I already read about this. Yes, yes. And then we got the price inelasticity. The price elasticity is whether or not the change in price will change the demand. If the price changes the demand a lot, then that means it's elastic. And if it's but if it doesn't change it, then it's inelastic. Good job. Inelastic, inelastic, and inelastic. Yes, I know what it means. Yes, I know what that means. Ha 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 ha. Yes. Oh. Yes. Okay. So many competitors cause high elasticity of demand, but then if there's a monopoly, there's inelasticity of demand. Ooh, that's why the monopoly is bad. Strategic pricing. There are strategic pricing. There are 3 different actors. So basically, what it means is. So discriminatory pricing is just charging a different price depending on the person, and then the strategic price is just changing your price overall. And the predatory price is when you use a low price to drive out competitors, and then you raise the prices later, and it's bad. And then the multi-point pricing is let's see. Can't remember. A firm's pricing strategy in one market may have an impact on its rival's pricing strategy in another market. Aggressive pricing in one market may elicit a competitive response from a rival in another market. Fuji launched aggressive competitive attack against Kodak, cutting prices by a lot. So then they aggressively cut prices. So basically, it's their companies that are like, I'm going to lower my prices here. Oh yeah, well, I'm going to lower my prices over here. That's literally what it is. Aggressive pricing in one market may elicit a response from rivals in another market. So, or you could do a price war to try to gain market dominance. So you just keep on trying to lower your price until you gain the dominance in the market. Ooh, yes. Experience curve pricing. What is experience curve pricing? Oh, that's when you the more. Oh, can you see this thing? It depends. If it's like right here, you can possibly see it. I don't get it. You can't even see it from here. You can probably tell it's an accident. It's just an accident. Who cares? Okay, Okay. Aggressive pricing can build accumulated sales volume rapidly and thus move production down the production experience curve. Firms farther down the experience curve have a cost advantage. So they price low worldwide. So they build global sales volume as rapidly as possible. So even if you take some large losses and then in several years you move down the experience curve, it will be making a substantial process and have cost advantage over less aggressive competitors. Regulatory influences, anti-dumping regulations is bad. It says You should not do that because it's bad. Competition bans policy. And then there's regulations that are trying to promote the competition, restricting monopoly. So there you go. So there, that sounds decently. And configuring the market mix. A firm might vary aspects of its marketing mix from country to country to take into account things, the cumulative effects of the factors. So you do different things, and you don't. A lot of people think there's globalization everywhere, but also you still have the differences in places. So you'd think McDonald's is a global product, but actually it still has variances in the menu. So there are only a couple of things that you can have significant opportunities for standardizations along one or more elements of marketing mix. Product development and research and development. Technological innovation is good. What is creative destruction? I don't know what they mean. Crap. Oh, it's when there are new products that destroy old products that are obsolete. Nice. Okay. Hey, you, 506. You're supposed to keep going. Stopwatch. Wow, that was stuck for 11 minutes and I didn't even notice until just now. Also, I probably look so weird. I don't know. My voice probably sounds weirder than what I look like here. Because at least I have the camera that has a good quality, so you can't see it as well. I don't know. My voice just sounds weird. How did I stuff all of this information into my brain? I probably didn't. I bet most of it just went straight through my brain, and then on the test I'm gonna have no idea. Oh no. I should be fine though. No. I'm worried. What? That's funny. Research and development is good. The location of research and development. Ideas for new products are stimulated by the interactions of scientific research. Demand conditions and competitive conditions. There is more product development in countries where more money is spent on basic and applied research and development. Underlying demand is strong, consumers are affluent, and competition is intense. Basic and applied research and development. What's the difference between basic and applied? What? Where's that? Oh no. It used to be U.S. that was like number one in the research and development. Now it's other countries. Yay! The video game industry is Japan. There isn't really any lead. We got lots of different good countries. Leading edge research is now carried out many locations around the world. Maybe we shouldn't centralize R&D activity in the United States. There's a little bit of duplication, but Dispersion advantages. Maybe there's advantage in dispersing the research everywhere instead of centralizing in the same niche. Wow, we should talk about the development of the vaccine. Anyways, integrate R&D, remarketing, and production. Although a firm that is successful at developing new products may earn enormous returns, new product development has a high failure rate. There are such high failure rates because there's lots of reasons. But if you integrate, I guess. Wait a minute. You should integrate the three things to ensure that the product development projects are driven by customer needs. New products are designed for ease of manufacture. Development costs are kept in check. Time to market is minimized. You should make marketing and R&D close together. Integration between R&D and production can help. We love our cross-functional teams where there's multiple people from different places. Yay! And then they should be physically in one location and one member of each thing, and then yay! Built-in global R&D capabilities. To new products. Research and development centers in lots of different places. Wow, lots of different places to keep it there. Global network of R&D centers. Yes. Yep, it is. Oh my gosh. I am too tired. I just think it's gonna be too much work for too little benefits to study the terms. Study every single term in the chapter. I mean, that would take 5 years. You know what I should have done? I should have just done it along the way. Oh, I actually didn't know this was gonna happen. Well, I had a slight feeling this would happen where I would be like, I don't feel like doing that. But like, really reading so many terms, the definitions of so many terms, it would take forever. I mean, it would probably take like an hour, but I don't feel like it. Well, if I lose like 2 or 3 points off of my GPA, that's Who cares? I should be fine. I should at least 94. It's kind of a toss-up as to whether I'll get 94. I could end up with like 85. I could end up with like a 97. It's pretty much a toss-up as to what I get on that test. The global business test, I should be fine. It kind of all depends on the effort I put into it. Because it's open book, so technically I could pretty much get 100% or close to 100% if I put a lot of effort. So there we go. We've done kind of, sort of. I mean, I read everything. I read all the chapters and the PowerPoints. I didn't reread it. I didn't do the research the review I was going to originally do, but we read 10 chapters of materials, and we read 4 PowerPoints. And we stayed up all night to accomplish that. And we somehow accomplished it by drinking 6 cups of coffee. And then I ate 4 bowls of cereal. And I don't know if the cereal really helped. I didn't feel any better after eating cereal. So that was a bad idea. Oh well. Lesson learned. Coffee is good for staying up all night working on homework. If you are desperate. It actually worked. I could tell because I wasn't getting tired and I wasn't getting undermotivated. Whereas near the end of this thing, around like, I don't know, 5 or 6 in the morning, I was starting to lose my motivation and get super tired. And that's the main reason why I don't want to do the extra studying that I was originally planning to do. But anyways, there we go. We have like 6 or 7 videos of me looking like an idiot on YouTube. Let's see what comes of all this. Was it worth it? Well, obviously it was worth it. Even if I kind of don't do too well on both of the tests, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, if I end up with, global business test, the worst that's gonna happen on that is, I don't know, like 85%. I'm not gonna do any worse than that, unless I'm stupid. Like, the vastly likely scenario is 85 or better on the global. And then supply chain, the worst that can possibly happen is I get super unlucky and get like tons of bad questions. And then I get like, I don't know, 80%. My overall grade in the class would just fall down to like 85% or something. So it wouldn't be it wouldn't even be that bad. So, but the best that can happen, I can just pull out the A's. Hopefully that happens. So yeah, let it be known that I am extremely embarrassed by all these videos. But I have to upload it because otherwise I would have no motivation to make any future videos. Why would I make any future video? Why would I would be like, wait a minute, literally nobody's gonna see this. This is pointless. It's like a weird balance. The purpose of uploading it is for people to see it, and at the same time, some parts of it I don't like people seeing because it makes me look stupid. Do I have any other stupid stuff to say before I'm done? Basically with the entire semester, and I get to do whatever I want for an entire month. No, I don't. So like, sleep, dumb